Hey everybody. So before Smart Duplicate existed, there was just the regular duplicate special if I wanted to repeat a specific set of values over and over again. So you would select your object, and under the Edit Duplicate Special option box setting, if I click on that, basically this should be the default, set to copy. We've got settings for translate, rotate, and scale, and then a number of copies. So basically, each one of these boxes represents X, Y, and Z in that exact order for each of these. And these will correspond to the color-coded handles on your manipulator. So right now you can see that if I were to push duplicate special or apply, it's going to move each duplicate 1 unit in X, which is this way, 1 unit. It's going to move it half a unit in Z, which is this way. It's going to rotate it 20 degrees in X. I zeroed it by accident, so let me put maybe 10 degrees. So it's going to move it 10 degrees in X, 5 degrees in Y. And in this case, it's going to shrink it down slightly in X with the scale. So just a little bit narrower by 5% every duplicate. So this is the number of copies. So if I were to go just 5 copies and click apply, I'm going to get something like this. Now this is going to change based off of the pivot point of the object. So if I were to change my pivot point, now remember that's the D key, and I talk about this in another video. And this is actually a fairly wide object. It's almost 2 units. So instead of going half a unit in Z, maybe I'll go 2 units in Z. And if I click apply, you can see now it's almost aligned up to the edge of the object. Now it is going through, so maybe I'm going to have it go down in a negative value in Y. So let's try this. So now you can see they're no longer intersecting. And I'm getting this kind of interesting result, this interesting pattern from this. So let's try more copies. I'm going to go up to 100 and see what happens. So this is kind of interesting, right? So if I were to use the Smart Duplicate, which is completely valid, it's a really good way of going about it, I'd have to do it click Shift D 100 times to get something like this pattern. But with this, I can repeat something very quickly to whatever number I specify. So it's just another way of duplicating using specific values. All right, that's using duplicate special with copy. Cheers.